Hello. Welcome to Illusion Fox Gaming. Today we are doing the quest in Final Fantasy XIV's Dawntrail expansion. Mulch ado about nothing. Depipia is gazing lovingly at his precious crops. Well met, traveler. Couldn't help but notice you staring at my crops there. Dabble in a bit of sowing and growing yourself? How about running a quick errand for me, by way of thanks? I'll share some of the know-how we local farmers have cultivated over the years. Right, it all starts with compost, and that's where you come in. I need your help getting a hold of the makings that go into the mulch, and you can't go wrong with alpaca manure. Not probably wrong. No need to look so worried. I'll get the dung delivered from the alpaca stables later. What I want you to do is go around and collect vegetable scraps for me. I've got an arrangement with some of the eateries here in Tuliolo, you see. I need to pay a visit to Zabalia of Thai and Auntie's Tacos. Think you can do that for me? Yeah. Why not? Didn't mean to have to run around the building, but only so much that can be done. Depipia is after his vegetable scraps, is he? Say no more. Vegetable scraps are also really great fertilizer too. Make a decent taco, you can't cut corners when it comes to meat and spices, but vegetables are just as vital. Mine are packed full of the best produce you can get, and all of it grown by Depipia himself. We business owners have to look out for one another after all. Like when I was a kid, I lived out on a farm, and well, it really wasn't a farm, just a couple acres of land out in the middle of nowhere. And we would have mulch pile that we kept, and every couple years we'd move. We'd leave that mulch pile alone and start up another one, and just let that one kind of degrade. But our garden would only do so well, but the more the mulch pile was, that would just randomly have crops, because we also threw every seed and everything out there. That came when, like, pumpkins and watermelon and all that, and crops that were in the mulch pile that grew from just those random seeds just did crazy good. Did Depipia send you? I'm sure to set aside all the scraps and peelings you need. They're yours for the taking. Of course, there's plenty of traders selling vegetables at Bayside Bevy, but being able to source our produce straight from Seafoam Fields, it's a real boon for us. Doesn't come much fresher than that, I tell you. My mom one year did try to use horse manure in her garden to try and see how it would do. But neither me or my brother or my dad wanted anything to do with spreading it, or picking it up. So she had to do all that herself. She decided that regardless of how good it did, she wasn't ever doing it again. Not to mention that no one could stand the smell of our backyard. Granted, to be fair, we were surrounded by actual farms that kept fields that would occasionally use cow manure and such. And then, at least for a few days, we couldn't stand being outside. Oh, back with my scraps, are you? Much obliged. Now with a little heat and time, these odds and ends will make a fine compost. That's not all they're good for. Spread them straight onto the soil and they make for a decent fertilizer in a pinch. That's what folks used to do in the olden days anyhow, but then the head of reason and his companions got to put in their knowledge of plants and what not to use, sowing the seeds of the composting techniques we use today. I named this farm Seafoam Fields for good reason. That salty ocean air brings with it plenty of minerals which help the plants thrive. All it takes beyond that is a bit of compost to bring the best out in the soil. With all these scraps, I should be set for a good while. appreciate the help, Traveler, for what it's worth. I hope you learned a thing or two from all my prattling on. And so that is the quest Mulch Ado About Nothing. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us here this afternoon for this little video here on YouTube. Hopefully we'll see you again either for another video here on YouTube or maybe one of our mini streams over on Twitch. Till then though, have a wonderful rest of your day.